Hello, fellow AI art enthusiasts. My name is Thane, and in this video, we shall be looking at 50 Midjourney SREF styles that look great with Halloween themes. I chose each of these styles because they either tended to look kind of creepy and fitting for Halloween, or I had a hunch that they might look good. This is a deep dive video for the styles I have already briefly explored in my other series, where I just prompt each SREF code just once and see what comes out. I have explored 2,600 styles like that already, and I like this style mining so much that I intend on doing more and more of those discoveries. But for this video, I have prompted each of the styles 5 times. Well, actually, 7, but not all of those images will make it to this video. If you want to see those prompt results as well, they are available in a prompt PDF format over on my Patreon as a bonus to my subscribing members. So I would like to take an opportunity to thank all of the existing patrons who have been making a really big difference in recent times. So head on over if you want to see the prompt PDFs and all my recent videos ad-free and a day early. But let's get back to the prompts you will see in this video. First comes the Landscape Aspect Ratio prompt. If you have been around, you might already know that aspect ratio makes a big difference. I'm not really doing the comparisons with the landscape aspect ratio prompts, but you can get a sense of the variety or overall look with the help of them. As the prompt, I have used the made-up names I have assigned for each of the SREF codes. Sometimes they line up and don't cause any big changes to the style, sometimes they can be way off, but it's a fun process of discovery. The actual comparison I have made with the portrait aspect ratio images. I have selected 4 words to prompt with each of the SREF style codes. The prompts look the same, only the SREF number changes. The words I chose for this video are fittingly Halloween themed: ghost, witch, jack-o'-lantern and graveyard. Ghost is a mythical creature and often used as a Halloween costume. Witch should always portray a person, and it doubles as a Halloween costume. Jack-o'-lantern is an iconic symbol of Halloween, so it would be strange if I didn't include it. And lastly, graveyard represents an environment, but it's fitting for Halloween. But now, let's look at the spooky styles. 7-0. Dystopian Crimson Noir. Originally quite creepy looking. There is kind of an anime feel to this style. Very dark with some occasional red glow. Looks especially cool on the jack-o'-lanterns. 155. Dark Surrealist Visions. This was originally very macabre. This style favors grey and black. It's quite a scary style and not in a particularly fun way. The images of this style look very eerie and sinister. 164. Gothic Abstract Expressionism. This was a more colorful, but the colors and overall theme was a match. And it did not disappoint. The black, red, and orange are as Halloween as they can be. It's not too scary, and it's actually quite whimsical. 418. Dark Vintage Illustrative. The colors and darkness felt like they would look good with Halloween themes. This actually looks more like a storybook illustration. On a closer look, not too Halloween themed, but it looks quite fun. 482. Dark Moody Dramatic. I liked the yellow glow and overall dark look of this style. The Halloween themes look great, very chaotic and on the go. The color scheme looks so nice with the yellow-orange glow. 536. Gothic Nocturne. This style is very dark and gothic looking. Halloween-themed images are very dark as well. They look slightly like anime and it's a mix between scary and cartoony. 597. Avant-Garde Fantasy Gothic. This looked like this would be very fitting for Halloween. The white background is something different. This is very illustrative, maybe not obviously Halloween, but I like the colors. 613. Grim Gothic Nocturne. Very dark, kind of hand-drawn feel. But it ends up looking like a mix of hand-drawn graphics and pixelated video graphics. Quite interesting actually. Slightly more on the scary side. 618. Crimson Post-Apocalyptic Drama. The colors and the silhouettes of this style looked fitting for Halloween, but this ended up looking quite painterly. The colors still look nice, but it's very different to what we've seen so far. 642. Sepia Gothic Horror. This style looked like very grim and, as name would suggest, horror. But the end result looks quite elegant. Not very whimsical, but not too macabre or horrific either. 663. Blue Gothic Mysticism. I guess everything with Gothic in their name most likely looks like it is a good fit for Halloween. This style does not have the classic Halloween colors, but the cold tones are not a bad fit. There's a melancholic feel to this style. 677. Monochrome Gothic Atmosphere. Again Gothic, very atmospheric, looks like a charcoal sketch. Not a classic Halloween look, kind of mysterious, fuzzy and misty. It doesn't look horrific, but it's not a fun style either. 737. Green and Yellow Storybook Illustration. I thought this would look good as a Halloween style. And indeed, this looks very fun, cartoony and whimsical. Slightly vintage color tones. It looks almost cute. 799. Ominous Dark Gothic. A Gothic style, but dark and ominous. How could it not fit Halloween? On a closer look, it reminds me of video game graphics. Very muted and dark color scheme, with ever so slight glow. Slightly scary. 825. Black and White. Whimsical Gothic. And a total opposite of the previous, black on white and really whimsical. Combined with Halloween style, it is really cute, but it looks good. Definitely a kind of an illustrative storybook look. 837. Orange Grunge Illustration. Orange and black are the Halloween colors, so why not? Also, this had skulls. But I absolutely love this style. It's not cute, it's slightly on the more horrific style. But the graphics look so good, almost like a tattoo or a t-shirt design. 899. Dark Whimsical Illustration. This style drew me in, because it was dark, had orange and depicted some skulls. I do like how this turned out. Lovely illustrative style, slightly scary, but not too much. The colors are awesome and not too traditional. It looks slightly psychedelic too. 902. Muted Cinematic Fantasy. I think the dark color scheme initially drew me to this style, but I think this looks maybe too refined and classy for a Halloween style, but there were some that looked worse than this in my initial selection, so this one, it is. 910. Dark Atmospheric Illustration. This was a dark style with an orange glow, so in theory fits the theme. But it turned out to be slightly chaotic. It has a cartoon or graphic novel quality to it. Not too cute, not too scary or macabre. 1057. Dark Gothic Mystery. Everything with Gothic seems a great theme for Halloween. This is quite atmospheric, slightly on the scary side, and it truly seems to be mysterious. This style has kind of a cinematic feel to it. 1062. Dark Psychedelic Art. This is dark and has orange color and some skulls, but it turned out very colorful and ornate. This actually reminds me of Dia de los Muertos, so I guess it's a fitting style for this video. 1219. Tangerine Brushstroke Expressionism. I think I selected this mostly because of the orange and the black. It's kind of similar to one we saw earlier, but it's more illustrative and ink drippy. Nice graphics though. Not too cute and not too scary either. 1277. Monochrome Gritty Intense Dramatic. It's a dark style with a red glow. It looks very edgy. But I really like how it has turned out. It's a little bit messy, but the images look so cool in my opinion. It's slightly on the more scarier side, so more for adults than children. 1303. Black and White Dramatic Melancholic Expressive. Looking at this style, I don't know why I chose it. But it results in quite nice looking images. These are more cute and illustrative. It's a nice aesthetic. 1405. Monochrome Ink Dark Atmospheric. This was dark, watercolor-like and had some paint dripping, and it seems to produce really nice looking designs. It's illustrative, not too cute. The jack-o'-lanterns look quite terrifying actually. 1441. Jade Eerie Atmospheric. I liked the green or jade tint of this style, combined with a scary feel, and it turns out to produce really scary looking images. Definitely not cute anymore. More like nightmare stuff, but I did want to show you a variety of styles for different purposes. 1463. Ebony Dark Digital. This was a dark style and quite digital looking. It's again not too cute, not too scary either. It's kind of a digital computer graphics feel. Not too colorful, but there is some color. 1495. Dark Crimson Digital Painting. I had a feeling that this could look cool as a Halloween-themed style. The result was slightly anime-inspired graphic novel style. I like the crimson details. It's not too scary, but definitely aimed towards a more adult audience. 1541. Dark Fantasy Ink. This is actually very light in color, but really scary. On a closer look, it's not too bad. At times it looks really whimsical and almost cute. Caricature style is what comes to mind with this style. 1546. Dark Fantasy Sketches. Not a colorful style, but the themes were really dark, befitting Halloween. It seems to lose some of its style here and there. But I do like the sketched style. It's not too scary actually. I was expecting more horrific imagery from the initial view. 1557. Gothic Noir Illustrations. It's a Gothic illustrative style. It is slightly sketched again, but a lot different. There's some color as well, and it is slightly more scary than whimsical. 1580. Volcanic Fantasy Landscapes. The orange and the dark feel is what drew me to this style. Not a classic Halloween style. It has very strong orange color glow. It's kind of mysterious and more fantasy-like. 1583. Nocturnal Twilight Meditations. A very dark theme with many moons. On a closer look, it's more cartoony. I do like the purple. I am not sure about the silhouettes though. 1686. Haunted Forest Atmosphere. A haunted atmosphere goes well with Halloween theme. This is almost photographic. The photos look very strange and eerie. The old-timiness gives it a mysterious, misty feel. 1687. Psychedelic Cartoon Fantasy. Something really colorful, with a slightly macabre thematic. And it turns out to be cute and colorful and mostly cartoony. It loses some of the style here and there, becoming photorealistic, but keeping some elements from the weirdness. 1699. Surreal Glow-in-the-Dark Forest. It was dark and glowy and I thought it would look nice with Halloween themes, and it did not disappoint. I really like the whimsical look of this. It's more cute than scary. The jack-o'-lanterns look more photorealistic, but other images have retained the style. 1778. Haunted Twilight Wilderness. Well, again a haunted-looking style. It turned out slightly haunted, but more with an anime or cartoon feel. Again, not too scary and slightly cute. 1826. Dusky Green. Medieval Fantasy Realism. This looked like a dark and mysterious style. This style seems to favor dark figures without visible faces. The jack-o'-lanterns look really cool and different. Like coated with metal or something. 1850. Lime Night Silhouette Vector. This was dark, had moons and some really bright contrasting colors. It's sort of like a blocky cartoon style. Maybe not my personal favorite, but it might be a favorite for someone else. 1933. Atmospheric Gothic Composition. Some more gothic, dark and somber. Kind of an eerie style. It's not too in-your-face macabre and disgusting, but it's just unsettling and weird. Perfect for Halloween. 1962. Crimson Forest Graphic Novel. Dark, crimson and graphic. Why not check it out in Halloween context? And it didn't disappoint. It still retains the graphic novel style. It's also quite dynamic and on the go. 1987. Ember Dusk Post-Apocalyptic. It's orange and it has bats. This feels like a comic book style. I do like the orange tone. Not too cute, possibly even more on the scary side, especially the jack-o'-lanterns. 1993. Windswept Noir graphic novel. Very strong colors. It just kind of felt like a fitting style. On a closer look it's kind of funny, yet not too cute and made for kids. I get a kind of a retro or vintage style feel from this, without the worn and faded look. 2002. Surreal Amber Wastelands. I chose this because of the orange color and the desolate feel. On a closer look I do like the colors, but there's something off about these. This had great promise, but I don't really like these in the end. 2109. Mystic Teal Glow. Dark, but with a glowing illustrative style. I love the colors on this one. It looks like a fantasy-themed cartoon, but not too cute and whimsical. I really like the teal or even aquamarine glow. 2181. Minimalist Fantasy Inkwork. Something entirely different for a change. It kind of loses the inkwork part, but it still looks like an overload of cuteness. It's an illustrative or storybook style, and it looks really fun. 2223. Charcoal Line Art Horror. And going from the cuteness to an entirely opposite horrific style. On a closer look, it doesn't actually look too bad. Definitely on the more scary and less cute side. I really like the dripping ink. 2256. Night Sky Graphic Print. I think the night themes made me select this to check out with Halloween theme. But the end result is a lot different than I expected. It's kind of dark, but not too dark. It's more cute and whimsical and it has kind of muted colors. 2293. Lantern Lit Night Matte. This looked like a very gorgeous style to me, but it's dark and kind of quirky. But on a closer look, it's actually more elegant and flowy than quirky. The color scheme works very well and I think I really like all kinds of leafy styles. 2294. Gothic Dark Fantasy. Ending with a Gothic style again, and very dark one at that. It's just a little bit anime looking, not cute at all, not very macabre either. Certainly Gothic. I love the white in contrast with black in the ghost and witch images. But there you go, 50 Halloween-themed styles for your enjoyment. There were some surprises for me in this one. I expected something else when I selected some of these styles, but combined with Halloween thematic, ended up with something totally different. Sometimes with good results, sometimes kind of disappointing results. But I guess in the end, it's all about what kind of aesthetics you are looking for. I thank you so much for watching. Happy upcoming Halloween, and let's continue prompting.